Hey there, Alan here. My journey continues. RVacrossamerica.net, and I'm in northwestern Montana. I'm about an hour and a quarter northwest of Missoula. This is some of the most rugged and beautiful terrain in the country. I'm seeing tamaracks, which are conifer trees, changing colors, which is amazing. And I'm only minutes away from the Idaho border and nearing the end of my current journey because when I cross the Idaho border and I drop down into the Idaho Panhandle, not only am I going into Pacific time, which is going to be weird for me because I've been in mountain for so long, it is going to be a winter of skiing and ski instruction. I'll tell you more about that in the very, very near future. This post is about RV predators, and it's a provocative name. And the post is going to be at rvacrossamerica.net/RV predators. And it's a post that I probably should have made a long time ago, but I got motivated from watching a video from a fella who runs his own YouTube channel. And in my post, I'm going to link to his video. His name is John. He has a lot of things to say, and even though he has owned at least, I think, two campers and full time for at least a couple of years, he's still kind of figuring out what's going on in the RV industry. And for myself, having been on the road 14 years, having worked in RV sales, having been an RV concierge for years now, I've got some things to say. And I'm going to say them and I'm going to lay it out on the line. And I'm going to suggest that you not only watch this video, but you go to the post, which, by the way, is going to have some really inspiring photos of this area, northwestern Montana. It's only about 3,000 feet here. And the neat thing is that I've been gradually declining in elevation as I've headed from Idaho and southwestern Montana, and that has extended my autumn. I am in the prime of autumn, even though this is now the last week of October. So it's pretty amazing. It's a really amazing experience what this autumn has turned out to be. So I'm going to start here. Our topic is predators in the RV industry, and I'm going to say this. I've often said that RV salesmen make used car salesmen look like angels. I'm going to say it again. RV salesmen make used car salesmen look like angels. And to me, that's a very, very distinctive statement. I'll put it that way. And it's not limited to the RV salesman when you go into an RV store. It includes the finance manager whose goal in life is to sell you extras or upsells that are usually high profit and low value extras. And we're going to talk about some of those over the course of two or three posts because this is going to become probably a three-part series because there's so much here. There's just so much here. I don't want to hit you with a 30-minute video, and I don't want to hit you with a 10,000 word post. So I'm breaking it up into bite-sized chunks so that you get really a lot of meat in each post, but not too much. In RV stores, it also includes the service manager. The service manager or the owner or both are their goal is to, of course, fix RVs, but their goal is to do it with a service staff that is paid as little as possible. That's why, incidentally, here's a big tip. Anybody who's any good working for an RV service center usually ends up as a independent mobile RV guy because they get paid 10 times more than what they make working for the RV dealer. So when you go to an RV dealer for RV service, just know what you're getting in the way of the quality of service that you're going to experience. So again, I've been traveling 14 years. I've been in an RV store. I've seen these things. I've been involved in, and when I would say 5 years in an RV store, that was spring and summer. I'd work from March through September, and I had salesmen call me hit and run because I'd show up, sell all the campers, and leave. And in Casper, Wyoming, that was the majority of the season. I mean, very few people came in from October through February to buy anything. And I'm now an RV concierge, and you may have seen my service. You can take a look at RVacrossamerica.net. There's a link to Concierge Buying and Selling Service. If you have questions, just give me a call at 307-269-2546. We'll talk. I work with people who are buying. I work with people who are selling, and it's a lot of fun. So, um, John, who made the video, wanted to do it because he was expressing his appall at the RV dealer that he was dealing with, and he was dealing with Camping World. He was appalled at the quality of the campers that he was looking at. And in my post, very directly, I name names and I indicate what he was looking at, and I call it for what it is, and indicate very simply that for my own concierge clients, I wouldn't encourage them to pay a dime for any of these campers. But he was concerned about shoddy workmanship, cheap materials, poor quality, just overall poor quality. John shares in a very emotional video, and again, it's linked within the post, that I believe he's like many of us. He went into this trusting and hopeful, and he's a dreamer. And it's not limited to the RV stores. The manufacturers can be included too, because the manufacturers are producing these things. By the way, forgive me as I'm looking at notes, but there's so much here that I don't want to leave it out. As I said before, most of his dealings were with Camping World. In this post, I directly address the corporatization of America. And I'll put it this way. When I talk about the corporatization of America, you have in the RV world, a lot of mom and pop stores, a lot of family owned businesses, the local guy who you could see the owner. He was sitting there at his desk. He's no longer the owner. He's been bought out by a giant conglomerate, whether it's Camping World or any of the other five, six, seven big name RV stores. They're multi dealer stores located all over the country. They're giant corporations. And unfortunately, they have one goal in mind: profit. That's it. It's almost like with McDonald's. What do they care whether you ever come back? There's another guy that'll walk in the door if you don't. I've been in the ski industry for a decade now, and I've seen it as a skier and as a ski instructor. The ski industry has been bought out by two or three giant conglomerates, and the end result is a degradation in the skier's experience, and on ski slopes, a degradation in safety, which is a big deal to me, very big deal. In the camping world, it's no pun on the name of the store. In the camping world, RV camping world, it is a degradation in the quality of the product and a degradation in the consumer experience. But the corporates, well, they just want to make their money. They do it through providing cheap materials, the cheapest construction tactics possible. In the video, John talks about his Georgetown and how it's falling apart after 2 years, and I get into very specific details. In my post, I also get into talking about private label RVs. A private label, it's something I learned about 30, 40 years ago when I was in the stereo business. Before I became a teacher, I managed an audio video store back in the early 1980s. And you know, late 70s even. One of the things I discovered is that there were manufacturers, name brand manufacturers, that would make a private label, a particular model number or a particular brand that was only available through Store X. And we're seeing that now become more and more common in the RV industry. And I knew at the time that the only reason it existed in the world of audio video, in the world of stereos, still use 1970s name, um, was to make high profit. And it didn't matter whether the quality was any good. I mean, 99% of the audiophiles out there would never know the difference because they're not really audiophiles. They were just buyers of stereo equipment. In the case of RVers, and a lot of people, I walk up in campgrounds, I say, "Hey, how do you like your XYZ?" And I know that the XYZ is just a pile of junk. "Oh, we love it." Like, okay. "Have you had problems?" "Oh yeah, we've had this, that," and they think it's normal. And I'm thinking, wow, people are so good natured. People are really so good natured. They just think that this is normal to buy something and have a punch list of 50 items that need to get addressed, or even 15 items, or even 5 items. I bought a 2022 Ford truck and there were 0 items that were on the punch list. And that's what I expected. That's exactly what I expected. Private label RVs are really, again, my opinion, it's all about the profit. It's not about the quality. And when you're buying one, of course, they're not going to tell you it's private label. You have to know the industry. And that's again where I come in as concierge for people who hire me to work with them. So those are the topics that I cover in this particular video. There's going to be a future post and video that is going to address a lot more stuff that John got into. John got into the term four-season camper. We're going to talk about what that means and what it doesn't mean. We're going to talk about the extended warranty, the real story behind that. We're going to talk about new versus used and how it should be black and white. And it was not to John. It was not black and white. And I'll show you exactly how they snookered him. And what was done was probably criminal, but again, try and prove it. We're going to talk about how to get rid of your current camper. Is it a good idea to trade or sell or what? How do you do it? And another topic, and it kind of ties in with where I am right now, has nothing to do with RV stores in general, but it comes into something else John said in his video, and I'll explain it at the time. Cutting your RV travel costs, keeping your RV travel expenses, particularly RV campground expenses, within reason. And we'll talk about how that works. So, Alan here, rvacrossamerica.net /RV predators. All right, like recreational vehicle predators, RV predators. And you'll see it down below too. That's the skinny on what's going on. To get the full details, go right into the post. As always, I write and detail more than I say verbally. I don't want this video to blow up into hours and hours. I've got another short video that's in this post also that's very topical, very timely, and you're going to find some other very good information in there. Alan here, rvacrossamerica.net /RV predators. Thank you. Take care.